here's Joe. Joe, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, I think Steven Spielberg's the one with a small penis. I'm watching NBC last night. He's spouting off, talking trash about you.
Steven Spielberg's talking about me?
Yeah, he was something to the effect of, like, Son of the Beach is a tasteless amateur production, and, you know, Howard's got no business being around movies. This guy was just going off.
Steven Spielberg?
Yeah.
How classless.
About you.
Why would he sit, and he's on top of the world, why would he sit and comment on me?
Exactly. I couldn't believe I was hearing it.
I believe could you get a tape of that?
I just caught the end of it. I was just surfing around. It was on Night News or Nightlife or something like that.
Oh, we got to get that. That's such an honor.
To hear that.
I couldn't believe it. I was hearing from him. He's talking about, like, no wonder his wife left him because, you know, this guy's tasteless and amateur.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe that.
Actually, we have another call on line 6 with the same story.
Wow, because you know what? Guess what? Steven Spielberg's wife left him, too.
Yeah.
Amy Irving.
Great.
Yeah, what are you talking about? I wonder why his wife left him, that stupid ass. You know why? Because he's full of it. But he is a great director, man. I'll stick by that statement. And for him to... Yeah, well, not all the time.
Look.
He did do 1941, too. But he is a great director. And I think most of Hollywood... Steven Spielberg, it's odd that he would show his true colors because most of Hollywood is very nervous that I'm infiltrating Hollywood.
He's probably trying to keep you out.
Right, of course.
Because you've been doing that bit about his son?
Yeah, of course. You know what it's about.
Yep.
Because he adopted a black kid.
No, not because he adopted a black kid, because you talk about it.
Son, tonight will be a preemptive strike. What is it, Daddy?
Daddy?
Son, tonight is the night I will go on MSNBC and defend your honor and your people, your black people. Daddy, you is the best. You gonna make fun of Howard Stern? That's right. Pop, I want you to give that man some crap. We behind your ass in the black community. Son.
How can his son represent the whole black community?
My son represents the entire black community.
In your house?
Yes, he does. And I'm Steven Spielberg.
Oh, dear.
Son, tonight I will have my greatest triumph. Some think it's winning an Academy Award or The Color Purple or my Auschwitz movie. But, son, let me tell you something. Tonight I will go on MSNBC and make fun of Howard Stern. You go get him, Daddy. You kick his ass. That's the way we do things in the hood. Right, son.
I would love to. Please, we got to get a tape of that.
I don't want to catch you watching Amos and Andy reruns. It's very offensive to our black peoples.
I would love to see those. Where do you find them?
You know, at Dominic's house. You know what? I got to tell you something, son. I have to protect your Afrocentricity. Thank you, Danny. Today we will take a trip to the Martin Luther King Museum.
Me and your mother.
Me and your white mammy.
The whitest woman.
Yeah, your mammy, Kate Capshaw. She out in the back tanning, Daddy, so that I won't look so out of place in the family. Yes,
like
son.
The United Nations.
Yes, son. I'm going to go make fun of Howard Stern. His show doesn't belong on the air. Oh, wow, that hurt. You wouldn't be the first person to say that. I should stay out of Hollywood.
Hey, we love you in L.A., Howard.
Thanks, bro.
All right.
Later. Steven Spielberg with a bug up his ass about me. That's funny. Daddy.
Who would he? I mean, what an honor that he even knows who you are with everything going on with him.
Daddy, tell me again what it is to be Jewish and black. Son, look. Today we're going to talk about your blackness, and then tomorrow we'll study your Judaism roots. Because you are from two oppressed societies. The black man has had trouble.
Aren't you in trouble?
And the Jew has had trouble.
You're black and Jewish.
So you're really in big trouble. So what are we going to do, Daddy? Get to talk about that man with the peanut again?
What? Peanut?
The peanut? Yes, son. George Washington Carver. Today's lesson is your Afrocentricity.
When is the George Washington Carver movie coming?
That's funny you asked that. Even though you're not my son, I'll explain to you that I'm working on a George Washington Carver movie.
Is that right?
Yeah. He eats peanuts at a young age and realizes he can make clothing out of the peanuts. And he was a black man. That's right, Daddy. Son, you have great roots. Don't ever be ashamed of who you are. Your blackness has nothing to do with anything. Thank you, Daddy. Thank you so much.
His son sounds like he's 90 years old.
Son, as a tribute to George Washington Carver, we will learn today how to make raw film from peanuts. Daddy, you going to make raw film stock from peanuts? That's right, because I'm Steven Spielberg.
And then we're going to shoot that film with the peanut can.
Your daddy is super yid. I make all Jewish people proud, and I hope that you make all black Jewish people proud. Daddy, how many black Jews is there in the world? Son, I'm doing research.
Sammy does.
Son, I'm on the internet. Let's see. Sammy Davis Jr., and that's it. And you. You're very special. You only have one other person in your group. Wow. Now, here I'm the question I got, Daddy. Good, son. Now we're communicating. This is important. How come my penis am 10 times bigger than yours? Son, you know why. Your people have big penis. That's a known fact. And you have weak ankles. But who cares? You're my son.
Son, you're the block on the chip.
That's right. You realize, son, how rare you are? What you mean, Daddy? That you're a black Jew. I mean, there are more living Beatles than there are black Jews. You're right. I am special, Daddy. You have a special way of making me feel good.
Has his son ever asked why his wife isn't Jewish?
Daddy, we got the most dysfunctional family. Why is that, son? Well, you know, Mama is, what is she? She's just a white woman, probably into Jesus. You a Jew, and me being a black Jew. And whatever your mama is? I mean, it's confusing to me. Son, what's the diff? Daddy, answer me this. Why am Puff Daddy being persecuted? Son, I'm afraid we're going to have to go ask some real black people that question. You know what I'm saying? I think we're going to have to take a field trip to Harlem in New York City. Daddy, you mean we going to go to Harlem to find out why Puff Daddy is being persecuted by the white man? Yes, son, this is something completely out of my qualifications. And I want you to be Afrocentric. Thank you. Thank you, my daddy. You is the best daddy. Oh, man, River. Now, you going to go on NBC and make fun of the Howard Stern show? That's right, son. Here I am, the greatest director in the world. I have Amblin Entertainment. I'm involved in multiple pictures. I'm going to go on and make a jackass out of myself and make fun of Howard Stern.
I have a studio.
Yeah, I'm going to go waste my time with that idiot. Daddy, can we listen to Howard Stern with the woman with the fine ass? No, son, we are boycotting because they make fun of our family situation. Our basic familial unit is not going to be reckoned with on that show.
How dare he?
How dare he? Daddy, what you talking about? Daddy, I was thinking you should get back together with Amy Irving. She got kinky hair, at least, and looked more like an Afrocentric woman. Well, you got a point there, son, but Amy Irving left me. She ditched me and took $100 million to bitch. No, Daddy. Bitch is one of your words. You know, I was reading in the paper, Daddy, that after Amy Irving left you, she married a Brazilian. And he is not considered white. Son, that is enough. You're punished for a week. Don't rub it in that she married a Brazilian. He's not even a film director, is he? Yes, he is. He is, Daddy. Well, what has he done? He did a documentary on Brazil. And he did a lot of other things, too, that I can't pronounce. Well, son, you've gone too far. You're not my real son. I mean, that's my old poon. I'm sensitive. Man never gets over that. Well, Daddy, I love you. I don't care. Never bring up Amy Irving again in that Brazilian. It's embarrassing. I'm a white man. Well, not technically. You was a Jew. Well, that's true. Imagine the discussions over there.
He wasn't pissed.
Now, Pop, could I bring something up? Sure, son. Anything. You can talk to your dad, Steven Spielberg, about anything. Don't think of me as the world's greatest director or producer. Think of me as any dad. And don't even get confused because I have white skin. I'm your daddy. Dad, I want to say I is so sick of matzah. Can I get some fried chicken? Son, this is Jewish week in the house. You have to eat matzah. But I do love you, so maybe we can have your chicken breaded with matzah bride. And, Daddy, I refuse to wear this dopey little round hat. Stick it up your ass. Son! That's a yarmulke, not a stupid little hat. It don't even protect my afro from the rain. Son, This is just terrible. You're disrespecting your Jewish roots. What Jewish roots? What's the matter with you, Daddy? Looks like I'm wearing a diaphragm, Daddy. Wait a second, son, you are. That's Mommy's diaphragm. Give me that. Get your afro off Mommy's diaphragm. All right. Anyway, that's quite an honor.
Well, I'm sure he'll book some more television.
Yeah, now he has to go on some major network. I don't understand it, Daddy. I'm rapping Tefillin and I'm singing Old Man River. I'm so confused. Oh, son, we just love you in the Afrocentric home of Steven Spielberg. This makes me look very good. I'm going to receive a humanitarian award. Guess I'm surprised I haven't won one already. Amy Irving doesn't have any black children. So that's an honor that Steven Spielberg would make fun of me.
If you plucked on line 6, they have some more stuff he said.
Oh, yeah. Hi, how you doing?
How you doing, Howard?
All right.
Okay, this would be, I guess, word for word. Look at his marriage. It's like his movie Private Parts a failure.
Wow.
And Stern will never make it in Hollywood.
Boy, is he upset.
No, I hope, Howard.
Yeah.
I hope that Spielberg's kids grow up to be Junkyard Willie.
Yeah. Hey, Junkyard Willie. You know, the only reason he's trashing me is because I make fun of that black kid he's got.
Yeah, Howard, you definitely got to put that whole thing you just did. That was hysterical. You got to put it on CBS show, man.
All right, yeah, I'll make a cartoon out of it.
Brought up. How was Howard's name?
Yeah, why was he discussing me? I mean, it's so ludicrous.
It came out of left field. That's what I didn't understand. But the funniest part is when you said more than the living Beatles, black Jews.
Yeah.
That's hysterical, man.
Howard, did somebody ask him a question?
Howard?
Yes.
Howard is back, people.
Where have you been?
Oh, where have I gone?
Come on, you were so weak. You're starting to get some tang a little. Now you're getting busy. Got a little stank on his hang low now. Come on, Howard.
Thank you.
I love you, man.
I love you. All right, there you go. Man theorizing that I got some stank on my hang low and I'm funny again.
That's what happened to you.
That's right. All right. Anyway, we got to take another break. This is what they do to me here. They disrupt my artistry.
You're painting and they tell you to stop.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of painting and they make me stop. David Spade's going to stop by later in the show. Who is the world's funniest telephone answering machine lever?
Yeah, I heard he was on David Letterman last night, and I thought, why isn't he in here?
He is in here.
Okay.
You know, he has to do his Letterman shot first.
Yeah. You know, and David, he must be on hiatus because I see he has a little facial hair, trying to look a little more manly.
Who?
David Spade.
Oh, really?
Yeah, got a little hair on that chin.
I didn't think he could grow any hair.
Chin.
Wow. Making a whole new look, huh?
Oh, yeah. Look a little gruff.
Oh. Trying to look a little older.
Kick some ass.
Yeah, oh. You think David Spade could kick anybody's ass? No.
I got some testosterone. That's what he said.
Yeah, I could grow hair. He's like one of those, you ever see those women who dress like men? Yeah. And they get shot up with testosterone, and they're able to grow a little bit of facial hair, and they're so proud of those little mustaches.
They have those little mustaches they grow.
That's like David Spade going on Letterman. Look, I could grow hair. It's like Wayne Newton with his mustache, too. I remember I never thought he had facial hair, and then he came on with a mustache.
Yeah. The thinnest of thin mustaches.
Look painted on.
I like that Steven Spielberg is affected by the show.
Absolutely.
It's kind of cool.
Wonderful. Obviously, he's listening.
That's cool.
Good morning, Steven.
How you doing, Steven? See, I don't really care, Steven. I don't have to do like all the other suck asses in Hollywood. I don't have to do business with you. I got my own little thing going.
He doesn't need it.
Yeah, I'm not affected by you.
All your little friends who you're going to tell not to give him jobs, he doesn't need.
Yeah, I don't need jobs. See, I have you by the nuts. And you know what? If I hear this tape and I don't like what I hear, I'm going to step up my conversation.
You think you can't be reached.
Yeah, oh, you can be, dude. Wait, ask Bon Jovi.
This long arm.
Ask David Lee Roth.
Can reach into any.
Ask Chevy Chase. I ran into him in a hotel. He was, thank you, Howard. I'm very good behavior. He knows what it is.
You're like the Pope.
I know. He had just come from Camp David with President Clinton. He was telling me all about it, and he behaved like my audience is brutal, Stephen.
And
don't even go
everywhere.
there. When I get a hold of the tape, it could be very bad.
Yeah.
And wait until your kids become fans of mine.
Could be worse than 1941.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a disaster. Because as big a deal as you are, or you think you are, I'm bigger to your kids. You messed with the wrong ass wipe.
This was not a smart move. You're a smart man.
Yep.
You did not make a smart move.
Oh, man. I'm going to have to really talk about Steven Spielberg a lot now. Because you know me, once somebody attacks me, I get crazy.
What are you, like a junkyard dog?
He doesn't realize it. He thinks he's protected.
Oh.
Hey, this is the real Star Wars, douchebag. Get ready.
No lightsaber.
There ain't no lightsaber to save you from me.
No stupid
When I start talking, everywhere you go, my fans will be talking to you.
No stunt people to come in for you.
You dope. You always keep your mouth shut when it comes to me. I don't care if you're the President of the United States. I don't care if you're Bill Gates. You stay quiet, Steven.
Nobody's bothering you.
No, you were safe. Once in a while, I do a little impression of the black kid. Big deal.
It's a joke.
Yeah. Get a sense of humor. All right. Well, I'm going to hear the tape, and then I'll make a decision on Steven Spielberg. I'll tell you what, Steven. I'm going to give you a chance once I hear this tape. You have 24 hours to call in and apologize to me for your comments before I go to town on you. And trust me, it's going to be ugly, because there's nobody uglier in this world than me. I'm very close to declaring war. And if I was you, I'd pick up that phone.
You're just reserving judgment until you hear actually what he said.
Yeah. All I have to do is hear the tape. And I guarantee you I'll get the tape.
There are many people you could call to ask what this is like.
Yeah, Steven, I'll tell you what.
Get into it.
Call Jon Bon Jovi. Call Sammy Hagar, David Lee Roth. Call, who else? Call Chevy Chase. Call Rosie O'Donnell.
Dice.
Call Dice. Call any of them and ask them what it's like when you get under my skin.
Do you really want to do this?
Yeah, do you really want to go to war with me? Ask Larry King. Ask them all. Ask them if it's worth it. I guarantee I've never lost. Even you, you're all powerful.
Doesn't matter how big they are.
It's going to be bad. Because everywhere you walk with your kids, people are going to be saying goofy stuff about you.
Hello.
You'll be like, hello there, Daddy. That's Steven Spielberg. It's just something you don't need the headache.
And your wife is going to be devastated. She's going to be in tears.
Yeah. Your wife will be crying because you're going to be married to the biggest clown on the planet. I'm going to pick you apart. I'm going to talk about you.
I'm not going to be able to go outside.
You picked on the wrong idiot.
You were living a beautiful life.
Dude, you have no idea. Chevy Chase called me practically in tears apologizing.
Howard, he called you one day. He said, anything. If there's anything Howard ever needs, ever, let me know.
Right.
Think about it.
You pulled a tiger's tail, douchebag.
A sleeping tiger.
You know what? I was just sitting and eating, getting fat, and now you got me revved.
Waiting for the girl with the big
Now he's going to hunt you.
Oh, you are so stupid. You are stupid.
See, these guys get so big.
They forget.
They think they're invincible.
You don't understand something, Steven. You don't run show business. Mike Ovitz doesn't run show business. I run it. Oddly enough, I'm the one.
You need him more than he needs.
Believe me, you're going to need me. You're going to need me like a bitch in jail. You're going to need me. You have no idea how you're going to need me. How you're going to have to pick. Now, listen to this, Steven Spielberg. Right now you're thinking I'm full of it, but I guarantee you.
They all think it.
By the end of the year, you will be picking up the phone and calling me and begging me to be your friend.
You know how it starts? First you'll be saying, to your friends. Man, I didn't realize.
Douchebag, I'm your prison husband.
Oh.
I'm the guy that you're going to have to bow to. You've met your match. You hear what I said? You've met your match. It's war.
And it's going to be an
You get me that tape from MSNBC.
You know why this is so true, Howard?
Come kiss your husband.
It is going to be an embarrassment.
You are going to be on your knees begging me to stop.
I feel for you, Steven.
Steven, you have 24 hours to call the show. Not me personally, but apologize to me and my fans.
You know why this is so true, Howard?
Right.
Because who messes with... who doesn't love Steven Spielberg? The guy his whole life...
He's got an easy street.
No one's ever, trashed him before.
Right.
And every single day...
I will trash
5 days
him.
a week...
I'll play the tape, get myself worked up. And you know what? It's not me.
What, Steven? Tom Hanks is going to be snickering about
That's right. Yeah, and by the way, Steven, it's not me who's going to bring you to your knees. It's my fans. Because thank God for my fans. They hate whoever I hate.
Yeah.
We stick together.
What did you do, Steven?
And
I can't tell you how it all works, but it does.
And can I tell you? I'll give you some examples. Some of the Chevy examples. When you go to the airport.
Right.
They're airport workers.
You can't stay in all the time.
Yeah, by the way, it's not your Hollywood friends who are going to be laughing to your face.
Every man.
It's every man. It's the guy who works the elevator. It's the guy.
Garbage man.
These are my people. I am the leader of the disenfranchised.
Taxi drivers.
And you won't even realize how many people listen to me.
You know, you'll get into a limo, and the guy will put on this show purposely.
Right. And, Steven, let me tell you another thing. That with all of your success, if you add up all the ad revenue that I've brought in, it surpasses all the money you've made with all your movies. I've made billions for this company. I don't think you're all high and mighty. Your day will come. And at first it won't be so bad. Week will go by, 2 weeks.
You say it'll blow over. You can handle it.
I'll be relentless. And after a year...
Wear you down.
I'll wear you down.
I can't wait till I have to go in a building in New York and the doorman goes, "Hello, Mr. Spielberg."
He better not make a speech anywhere.
No, it'll be relentless.
It's a gift that keeps on giving.
That's right. Don't go to dinner.
It's like herpes.
I'm like herpes.
Don't go anywhere.
Once I give it to you, it never really goes away.
Almost incurable.
Right.
And it gets worse the longer you hold out.
Mm-hmm.
It gets worse.
Right. There's no cure.
You don't want to have this disease a long time.
So, Steven Spielberg, if you're listening, and you're probably not, but one of your stupid friends are, you have 24 hours to call the show. Don't call me personally. You must apologize to my fans, first and foremost, to the people who listen every day for insulting me.
Tell us you were insane that day.
Yeah, if you have a good reason, what you did, say, "Howard, I apologize. I made a mistake. I was out of my mind." You can't claim you were misquoted because we got you on tape.
On medication.
Yeah. I'm telling you, you know what it's going to be like the next time you shoot a movie and you bring your kids to the set and you're all full of yourself and everyone's goofing on you.
That's right.
The cab drivers, the limo driver, whatever the hell.
Radios have to be turned off when you're walking.
Right. It's a real headache and a half.
And you realize that your kids are only 4 or 5 years away from being huge fans anyway.
Oh, right. Absolutely. In fact, some of them are already. Right? Absolutely.
It's very hard to go to baseball games.
Oh, yeah. Forget about going to public events.
Oh, yeah,
that's what
it's over.
You cannot
the
walk
Laker game, the Dodger game.
I'll just tell my physical you a douchebag. Oh. That's enough. You're sitting there with your kids and, "Hey, douchebag."
And they start pelting you with bags and
just you call and apologize and listen, if you're going to be full of yourself and you think you're too big a deal to call into the show and head it off, you call up Chevy Chase. He's a friend of yours. He wishes he had done it within 24 hours. I gave him the same option.
He didn't listen.
And when John DeBella in Philadelphia, when I got on the air, I said to him, "Resign your show now. I'll reassign you to another radio market." He wouldn't do it. He was too proud.
Howard, even Jon Bon Jovi, the guy had the #1 album in the country for like 20 weeks in a row.
Right.
Really, what could be wrong in his life but you?
But me. He said everywhere he went, I ruined it.
He tried to withstand the barrage. He really hung out there.
He hung out there a long time. He's a good man.
But you know what? I give him credit. He tried.
He tried in every way he knew how.
The guy got on a plane from California, took the red eye to talk to you for 15 minutes to go back to California and finish recording an album.
That's right, because he couldn't take it. And I guarantee you, Steven, you're not going to be able to take it either.
Look, there were like major meetings in the record company.
Steven, I'm going to tell you something. I'm good at assessing people, whether you know it or not. You ain't going to hold up, trust me. I see. You're the kid in high school who got his ass kicked every day. You're a douchebag.
But he's also the guy who's used to having his ass kicked.
Yeah.
Kissed, not kicked now.
Now, you forgot.
And he likes it.
There's still someone out here who can still kick your ass if you want to get down to it.
And it's going to show you who you really are.
Right. So just call up the show. And you apologize to me, but even more important than me, to the people who listen to this show. You've insulted all of us.
Because quite frankly, you're now Howard's bitch.
Yeah, you are already my bitch. You've just become my bitch.
I'm listening to them like, oh, you poor thing.
Right.
I'm just thinking about how funny.
And by the way, it's nothing physical that happens. It's just mental torture. All the fans just start goofing on you when you walk around, and I don't even tell them to do it. They just do it because they know that I don't like you. They come up with all kinds of taunts.
How many times is Captain Jenks going to call it?
I mean, and he'll be at, the Pinnacle. He'll be at his premiere when something stupid will be done to him. And then he won't be able to recover.
Right. And he won't be able to take it because he's never had anything like this before.
Right.
He's never done
Trust me, you don't know. You have it too good. It's going to be high school all over again, Steven.
Worse.
Remember why you had to become...
world stage.
Remember why you had to sit at home and make movies and it was all childlike? Remember why? Because you couldn't leave the house, douchebag.
You had no friends.
I'm very childlike. I'm, that's the one thing. I guess I'm just a permanent 9-year-old. Yeah. You're going to go back to being a permanent 9-year-old. It's going to get like 5th grade.
You're going to be crying like
You're going to be crying like a 9-year-old. Dude, save yourself. You call in tomorrow, you apologize to your bitch whore master.
You're going to have to tell your mommy.
I'm not going to be effed with, douchebag. You think I'm going to let you go on TV shows and talk about me like that? What do you think? I'm one of your pussies in Hollywood who needs to suck up to you and suckle your teeth? I don't need you. I never need you.
or is looking for your approval.
I don't need Steven Spielberg.
He wants to be in your club.
You douchebag.
So why did he single out your show of all the shows on television?
So far, we don't know.
We have no
don't
idea
know.
what sparked this.
We're going to find out, though.
What if it was nothing?
Yeah, he brought it up himself. He's really in trouble.
Right. Get me the tape of MSNBC, somebody, please. I need to hear it. Yeah, by the way.
It could have not been.
What if there's no tape?
I hope it exists. Oh, there's a tape. There's a tape.
What do you mean? They weren't taping last night?
No, I mean, what if two people called and were just trying to get Howard riled up?
Oh, that's possible.
And then we'll
It'll work. Oh, God. Listen, it could be possible. That's why I'm saying I'm holding judgment.
So you're holding back right now.
But if Steven Spielberg knows if he said something, and if he did, I'm telling him, if you want to call this off before it all gets started, you call into the show and apologize like a man and say that you were out of your mind, that you literally had taken some psychotropic drugs and you went, what is it?
Psychotropic.
Oh, psychotropic drugs and you went berserk. You see what an idiot you're dealing with. I'm relentless.
You always have a good call.
Oh, he'll call.
Oh, if he had any sense of
you mean he won't call? No, he probably won't call within the 24 hours.
If it was a mistake, he'd call and say, remember, we've had people do
he's the biggest
Howard,
guy in
I never
Hollywood.
said that.
No, John, he thinks that I'm kidding now.
Right.
Or he thinks this is not possible.
He thinks it's not possible.
And he thinks it's not that bad. But wait, he will call. Chevy called. Bon Jovi called.
Who hasn't called?
DeBella crawled.
DeBella crawled.
Who has not called? Not one person. So
you know
far,
what? There's some people that called we can't even talk about.
Right. Yeah, there are people who have called and begged me to stop that I can't even mention on the air.
Right. And nobody has not called.
And they're powerful people.
Everybody has checked in.
Yep.
No one didn't complain.
He sent you a letter.
Yeah. We haven't lost yet.
We really haven't.
No. We're not going to.
We stay here. We're like water on a rock.
That's right. And it's not comfortable. He doesn't need this, and he really should. Someone who knows him right now should get on the phone to him and say, listen,
Shake him.
you need to call Howard Stern, and don't call me off the air. I won't take your call. I want you to apologize on the air because you're my bitch. I need the whole world to hear you apologize to me.
Well, that's what I was just saying. He's already lost.
Just get on the phone to me tomorrow or later in the show. You pick up the phone like a man and you say the following.
Oh, Howard, I'm so sorry. Please, my Lord and Master, I made a mistake. I went on MSNBC. I guess I was hurt that you made fun of my black son. And I'm just begging your forgiveness. And your whole audience, I apologize too.
For a moment, I forgot humor.
For a moment, I forgot. I know that your powers are greater than mine, that you will wreck me, and that even though I directed E.T., Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
I'm just a stupid filmmaker.
I'm a stupid filmmaker. I forgot, and I started to think I actually had brains in my head just because I can make movies.
It takes me several years to come up with these concepts, and you do this every day.
Right.
I'm really, really sorry.
I guarantee you that Steven Spielberg thinks he's a genius now. When in fact, all he does, he's good at making movies. That don't make you a genius. He's probably an idiot.
Sometimes people come to him with that.
Yeah, he's probably a dope. They're all dopes. I got out to Hollywood. I haven't found one bright person. They're all dopes. They're all easily manipulatable. And Steven, you are now my new bitch. You know, I was sitting here thinking just the other day, running my empire, sitting atop the radio heap, and I was thinking, you know, I really haven't been mad at anyone in a while.
I was thinking that we have no enemy.
I said, give me a challenge. Give me somebody to... And Steven Spielberg has just stepped into my life.
In fact, at this year's birthday show, you know, when we were planning, we were saying, you know, we usually like to try to reunite somebody Howard's arguing with, and there was no one.
There's no one to reunite because they all cave in. I need a new focus, and Steven Spielberg is it.
And he's a good one, too.
He's a good one. That's going to be fun.
He'll hold out for a long time. I have faith in him.
Yep.
That he'll fight us for a long time.
But he will make that call.
My only fear, Howard, is...
If he was smart, and which he is not, he would make the call within 24 hours.
Some people, you know, Chevy thought we'd forget.
Right.
Never.
Oh,
forgot.
never. I'm like an elephant. I'm big. I'm fat. I got a big, long trunk. A hanging ass. I'm just like an elephant. Also, I never forget. All right, we got to take a break.
I just hope that, you know, that you resign your contract.
I will now.
Keep him on the air.
Oh, now I have a reason to stay on the air. I will never resign.
We'll keep him on
until he bows to me. until he comes crawling on his knees. And there hasn't been a celebrity yet. And you know this, Papa Blue Eyes.
I do.
He takes the call.
I'm waiting for the moment that Howard goes to sign his new contract and says, I really don't want to work anymore. So as soon as Spielberg calls me, I can leave.
I have a renewed purpose.
The Spielberg Club.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he'll keep me on the air. That stupid prick. All right, we're going to take a break, and then when we come back, we'll continue talking about Steven Spielberg.
There you go. Before
I want that MSNBC tape in the worst way. Please, somebody get it.
What are you doing, Casey? Get us that tape.
Hey, Casey, go out and get it for me. Goodbye.
The Howard Stern Show. Here's the Howard Stern Show's Gary Garver with Marie Osmond.
Marie, how you doing? How you doing?
How are you doing?
Good. Do you think you had a happy childhood?
Did I have a happy childhood? I think so. Yeah.
Would you have sex with Howard Stern?
You know what? I think he's an idiot.
Welcome back to the ET Talk. Our guest tonight, Johnny Cochran. We travel now to California to talk to Paul. Paul, thanks for calling. You're on the ET Talk. Hi, Johnny. Hi there. Let me ask you, are you going to see Howard Stern's movie with a white woman? Some of those Howard Stern prank calls will pass on Paul. Thank you, Paul. You were successful.
Hey now. Yeah. Hey now. I'm getting all worked up about this Steven Spielberg thing. I just got to get that tape.
Everybody's excited.
Yeah, I'm all excited. I'm ready to go to war with this cat. I want to take him on.
We're going to the Packers.
We're going, baby. We've got a new enemy. Steven Spielberg, who badmouthed me on MSNBC. I just got to get a copy of the tape and confirm what he said, and then we're ready to go to battle. I am ready to put on my gear and go into battle with this douchebag.
Get the fatigue.
Get the fatigues on, because he thinks he's all high and mighty because he knows how to make a movie. Big deal. Big deal, you dummy. Get ready for me. You're going to hell with me. It's another Vietnam. I never got to serve, and I'm ready. Jackie, way too many Heineken Marling, another guy who had a bum knee. His 4 Filthy Oleo CDs are all at Coconuts. Call 1-800-323-KING this Friday and Saturday, May 5th and 6th at the Comedy Palace. Jackie in Andover, Mass. MP3 audio and Filthy 3D Joke Man. Visit jokeland.com. You knock up this broad, and now you're in a hospital somewhere.
And the next thing I know, I'm in the hospital and see this sign as.
Listen to me.
I'm talking to you, Rito. What the hell's going on?
Listen to me rag on Steven Spielberg all day.
I know. What happened with Spielberg?
Well, my sources tell me he was on MSNBC badmouthing me last night. But watch the unholy hell I unleash on this guy.
I know the wrath. I could hear it.
It's going to happen, and he better call up within 24 hours and apologize to me, or else it's going to be unleashed.
Do you think he's going to do that?
Oh yes, he'll do it. Well, he'll do it eventually. They all do.
It's like the plague.
Chevy Chase called in here going, "Please forgive me."
I know, and he used to threaten to knock out your teeth.
Yeah. They all go down swinging.
Well, you know.
I got a new war. I got a new victim, and he's a good one.
I know you're happy about it.
Oh, I love it. I love torturing people.
There's been no reason to get up for a long time.
So what happened? So you knocked up this broad. What, you don't wear rubber? All right, Michael, take care.
All right.
It's Michael Rappaport, everybody. Yeah, you're on the air. This is Patrick. Go ahead.
Hey, dude, how's it going, Howard?
Hey, man.
Dude, Steven Spielberg sucks, dude.
Oh, he doesn't even know how bad he sucks yet.
He is going to so regret the day he messed with me.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'll just get a tape. I'll get confirmation on what he said, and then we'll be in business.
Dude,
Steven Spielberg will be the focus of my life.
We will be off and running.
Yeah, because he's not going to push me around. I don't need him. He needs me. He's going to need me like a prisoner needs his bitch master. Wait, you'll see.
Dude, your movie kicks ass, dude. Way better than E.T. and all that other junk.
Yep, thank you very much.
And dude, enjoying the show, man.
Thanks.
All right.
Now, go ahead, Jim. You're on the air.
Howard?
Yeah, I'm going to drag out the friendship ring right now. Jim, you're on the air.
First of all, I want to tell you I hate everything that you do.
Thank you.
I think you are a horrible person. And I think, you get on the radio and you make fun of everybody else,
right.
Talk about their kids. I wish somebody would just talk about your kids, and I hope they grow up and marry some black guy.
What's wrong with that?
He doesn't like black guys.
Oh, you don't like black men?
I'm black myself.
Oh, so you hope my daughter marries a black guy, so you say it like it's a bad thing. You self-hating black man.
First time somebody come in the studio, you ask the girl, do you date a black guy? You make that because you know you prejudiced, and you try to back up, oh, I was raised in a black neighborhood.
I don't feel I'm prejudiced.
And that little black bitch that's there with you.
Now, you're the prejudiced one. You call Robin a black bitch.
I'm just a bitch. I'm a black.
Yeah, you call Robin a black bitch. You're a self-hating black man. You are a self-hating black man, and you won't admit it.
I'm glad your father did to you what he did. He didn't have the nerve to write a book about it. He's just one stupid little bitch.
Thank you.
Howard?
Thank you. You read it, didn't you?
I hope. No, I didn't. And Howard?
Yes.
Howard, actually, there's some things that I do like. I like this show.
Good enough. All right, fair enough. You don't have to like everything. Thank you, sir. All right, there he goes. He came to his senses. He's funny. Where was I? Well, we were scammed because the media relations person at MSNBC says she has no knowledge of Steven Spielberg ever being on the show.
See?
Or on the station.
I had a feeling. Since the tape didn't show up right away.
Yep. So we apologize to Mr. Spielberg. That's why I said let's wait until we hear the tape.
Yeah,
I was smart.
There we go. Crazy.
But I said, what would a talented guy like Steven Spielberg waste his time commenting on a dweeb like me? You know what I mean?
Well, I'm not going to say it that way.
Well, I would.
Usually these people are so self-absorbed, they don't notice anybody.
Yeah, exactly. I can't imagine him even caring.
It sounded real to me.
No, of course. The Easter Bunny sounds real to you.
There were two calls.
And Santa Claus from the same guy. Let's
declare war on him.
Yeah. Santa Claus is going down. 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 Yeah. Santa Claus is going. Hey, good morning, everybody. What's happening? You know, right off the bat, we ought to say that Gary yesterday spoke with the people at DreamWorks, which is owned by Steven Spielberg, and they want to make it clear he has never been on MSNBC badmouthing me. In fact, he was out of the country. So we were scammed, and of course it led to an hour tirade by me about how I was mad at Steven Spielberg, but let me just say that... Before you speak. What was that, Mother?
Please, think before you speak.
Right. So there it is.
You take back everything you said.
Well, I never really said anything. I mean, I said that if I found out... Actually, I was pretty good. I said if I find that out to be true, I'm going to...
Well, you got a little vicious with the parody you do of his black child.
Yeah, I know. All right.
You better straighten up.
Well, let me just give a big whoops. It was funny anyway, so what's the difference? All right.
He was out of the country, so he didn't hear it.
Yeah. I didn't hear his ramblings. I didn't hear my... You know what? I said to Gary. Gary told me, I think Steven Spielberg, I heard that he didn't say any of these things that you're talking about, and I said, have him call him and apologize anyway.
Just in case.
Just for aggravating me. Well, the feud was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, we were getting all excited.
Ready to go to war.
A new mountain to climb.
Now, is the crazy cabbie coming in here, or is he still not allowed to come in? So anyway, Emilio Estevez and Charlie Sheen will not be here because they're afraid of E! Television. They're afraid they're going to...
Scary E!
They don't like that shows are repeated. So that's the lamest, friggin', gayest excuse I've ever heard. Why don't they just put those two guys in a dress?
No. In one dress.
Well, you know what I like about those guys? They were on. They did an interview with Movie Line once, and they were sitting there trying to figure out why they don't get the good parts. Why does Nicolas Cage get the good parts? Why don't they get them?
Why? You know why? Why? Tell them why.
Because they're not very good actors.
Right.
Well, let's say this: Charlie Sheen used to get the good parts until he effed up his career.
Right. And now he's worrying about me. I love the one thing he's worried about doing. There's a guy who is doing everything.
It wasn't a thing he wasn't doing.
And, of course, the project they're promoting is where they play porn kings. You know, the brothers who are porn kings who kill each other.
Perfect. So silly. I mean, they pissed me off. Stupid move. Ask Steven Spielberg. That's so funny. Somebody scammed us the other day, called in and said Steven Spielberg was on MSNBC badmouthing me and trashing me. So I went into a tirade. You got to hear this article. This came out on Reuters, Los Angeles. Radio shock jock Howard Stern declared war Tuesday on Hollywood producer-director Steven Spielberg, then abruptly surrendered without a fight, saying he had been misinformed.
You retreated.
Yeah. The ribald, whatever that is. The ribald, what does that mean?
Yeah.
The ribald radio personality apparently fell victim to the kind of hoax that some of his own devotees frequently play on other radio and TV programs and then record for Stern's benefit. The man who brought Lesbian Dial-A-Day to the airwaves lashed out at Spielberg Tuesday morning after some of Stern's listeners called in to say the filmmaker had badmouthed Stern during a TV appearance Monday night. Although there was no tape, they say that the caller claimed Spielberg, the co-founder of the DreamWorks SKG studio, had said Stern's 1997 movie Private Parts had been a failure and that Stern would never make it in Hollywood. This touched off a lengthy tirade by Stern, who demanded that Spielberg call to publicly apologize within 24 hours or face the kind of harassment campaign unleashed by fans during Stern's previous feuds with other celebrities such as Chevy Chase and Jon Bon Jovi. Late in the show, however, Stern did an about-face saying he had learned that Spielberg never was on that program that callers claimed he was on and apologized for his earlier rant. Well, of course, I mean.
Well, we didn't find out about it until later.
The episode generated intense buzz in the office of Spielberg's publicist at DreamWorks, Martin Levy, who said he was bombarded with phone calls Monday morning from colleagues and friends who heard Stern's broadcast.
I said, I can't imagine what's happening out there now that this is going on.
Levy said he was mystified by the reports because he did not know of any TV interviews Spielberg had done in the past few days, and it's very unlike Steven to trash anything or anybody. That's what I would think. He's way too much of a genius to be wasting his time on me.
If he is a genius, he certainly doesn't have time for that.
Exactly. Levy said it's uncharacteristic of him. Levy said he and his colleagues scrambled to pinpoint the origin of the story, but within hours, somebody called to report that it was all a big mistake. Levy said he doesn't think Spielberg, who was off preparing his next film, even knew about the brouhaha. I think we'll all say, never mind, smile and let it go. Smart man.
The war is blown over.
That's right.
Without Steven even knowing.
Yeah, so there's your update.
But, the point I get out of that is, even though nothing happened, it just goes to show you what could happen.
Right.
Oh, absolutely.
That office was already buzzing. That guy was already working 3 times as hard as he had to.
Right. So just let that just be a warning to Steven Spielberg should he think about saying anything.
Or anybody else.
That's right. Particularly Steven Spielberg. Keep your mouth shut.
But there are, much lesser lights than Steven who might act up. Just see what happened to Steven.
Yeah, and Charlie and Emily Estevez, listen. Let that be a warning to you, too. Right?
Oh, yeah.
That was a fun feud while it lasted.
Yeah. It was a good feud.
I was excited.
Yeah, I was like,
anybody,
it's going to be fun.
I'm sure most people realize that the Los Angeles Lakers are in real jeopardy of losing their playoff game.
Again!